what it is. It is Car Chronicles. Here's another session of Car Chronicles. So listen, today I want to talk to you guys about recovering from a failed relationship, right? Yesterday, this panel discussion was about, how do you does a failed relationship affect your future, right? And I don't want to talk about it from that perspective because I feel that some of the things that kind of happen that help to help your relationship to fail, more issues kind of drudge up when you don't take the time to recover. How? So I want to talk to you about recovering from a relationship that has ended. I don't want to call it a failure because your job once your relationship has ended and the dust has settled, it's to make sure that you are remaining in a sense of remaining whole. With that being said, I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. I don't mind speaking about myself, and I'm sharing some choices that I've made and things that I've done. What I am sharing with you is only about me. It doesn't mean that what I chose is going to be the same or the best choice for you. Especially if there are some generational differences, because I understand that people who may be older or younger than me may not always, or the same age as me, right, inside the same age bracket, their mentality may not be in the same, or their mindset may not be in the same frame as mine. Alright, so let me just say from my perspective, right? Once my relationship ended and once my marriage ended, I realized that during the separation period that I lost some aspects of who I was before we got together and during the marriage. I also realized that the person who was my mate was also experiencing identity issues. I am saying identity issues in terms of knowing who they are, what they like and they dislike, how they command themselves, how they command a room, how they play their role inside of a relationship, how they play the role of a man, a father, a husband inside of a marriage. Those things were missing from the relationship. In our separation period, I believed that there could have been a chance that things could have changed, but they continued on. Like, there were certain things that continued, where I saw, like, there's no hope at this point. So I decided to move forward, to dissolve the marriage. Once I did that, guys, I can't say I felt the weight, because marriage is not something that is fun. Well, divorce, I'm sorry, is not something that is fun. It's like you really lost a person. You lost sharing your life with a person, regardless of what you guys experience. Everything inside of a marriage is not always all bad. There are certain aspects of it that may break down and tear things down so much so it may seem irreconcilable, or it may seem unrepairable. I had to make sure I chose the right word. So once the dust settled after, toward the end of the separation period and after the divorce, I began to really realize how much I really lost of myself, like how much of myself was depleted, and how I really had no one to fill me back up. Like how I had no covering, like my husband was not praying for me. I had no one to encourage me. So I constantly felt like I was pouring out to the point of empty. I really felt like I was sucked dry. And I had to take the time to really regauge, restore, rebuild myself. Think about what things look like in a marriage. Think about like what it is that I expect and I want for myself in a relationship. When I will be ready for a relationship again, if I will be ready for a relationship again, let alone a marriage. So it was like it was quite a few things. So what I want to do today is like share with you that after your relationship has ended, after your marriage has ended, you can recover. Like you can. Don't look at it as it being a negative thing, that you have to rebuild yourself. You have to start taking this time to really get to know yourself on the inside, intrinsically on the inside. The purpose that you need to do that is so that you don't take with you the things that you just went through. And your recovery time has no limit, no time limit, but you should know that your recovery time did not happen in 1 week. Your recovery time did not happen in 2 weeks or a month or 2 months. We're talking about possibly years of things happening, of having a bond, of sharing your life with someone, where now you have to be like solo dolo. You want to make sure that your solo dolo life is going to be the kind of life that allows you to be repositioned to share your life again with somebody else. So I can only speak for myself. I have not been in a relationship since my divorce. While there have been some suitors, people who have demonstrated some interest, because I knew that either I still had some healing to do, or maybe that person that was expressing some interest still had some things that they had to take care of. I just was not willing to sacrifice the journey of getting to know myself, of restoring myself, of reclaiming myself, of regaging myself, resetting myself. I don't know if I said that already. I was not willing to give it up. Like, it absolutely positively meant so much to me that I needed to reset myself. There was not enough things that could happen in this world that would allow me to actually move away from where I was in this journey that I've actually been taking for like self-actualization. I had to deal with my own personal identity issues, kind of rebuild myself up, just emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, because all of those things had erroneously been depleted. For some people, they feel that they can recover in 6 months, right? For others, it may take a little bit longer. For me, it actually has been, April will make 8 years. Is there an opportunity for you to recover from a relationship that has ended? Absolutely. But what I will caution is, for some people that decide that they want to get back out into the world and like date all over again, you have to begin to really take the time and opportunity to exercise like wisdom to really see if that's what you to really see if that's what you really should be doing. Like, you should really take the time to determine that you are ready, when you are ready, how you're ready. Because if you do not do that, then you could be still carrying a lot of things with you that you did not know or realize because you never took the time to recover, to heal, to reestablish, to reset yourself, right? Fully. I'm not talking about in parts. I'm talking about fully.